Yo, what is up, guys? It's Fan3 today, and today we have a Tekken 8 video. I know I've been on a Tekken roll. I also haven't been uploading as much. Sorry about that. Work has been keeping me busy, but I promise you, uploads will come. You'll have at least 3 videos a week. But I want to talk about the finalized roster for Tekken. And I gotta admit, I was surprised by this roster. A lot of things I did not expect from this roster in general, and a lot of things that I did, but it's like there are some people that are missing from this roster, and I'm probably gonna have a picture of the full roster there. But and I'm sorry my mic fell, but there's a lot of characters in here that I didn't expect to be here, and that I expected some to be here. But a lot of newer characters are here. Now, the one thing I always hear people complain about, Tekken never ever has any new characters, and they always rely on legacy characters. Well, yeah, they got dope ass characters. Why switch it up? Kind of like the Mortal Kombat thing, where they always make a bunch of new characters, or they have like a bunch of legacy characters that people want to see. But I digress. So of course, we're gonna have the Mishimas. Kazuya and Jin are gonna be here. King, of course, but it's like June. We haven't seen June playable since Tekken Tag Tournament, and it's awesome her being here. Paul, of course, is gonna be here. I knew that. Law, again, I don't think he has not been in a recent Tekken. And this is coming from a newer Tekken fan. I didn't start playing Tekken until the Xbox era of Tekken, and it was on the 360. And that's because I'm young. I'll admit, like the earliest Tekken experience I had was Tekken Tag Tournament 1 happened. That's because I was a child. I was literally like, oh, this is cool. Jack 8, we kind of knew he was going to be there because that was an obvious one. Lars, I feel like Lars being introduced, I think he was introduced in Tekken 6. He has to be in there. Like he's a main roster character, and I kind of like him for that now. Like he's another Mishima. Xiao Yu, of course, she's kind of a staple of Jin is in the game. Nina, again, it's either gonna be Nina or it's gotta be Nina because she's a staple. But honestly, I thought they would have added Anna. Leroy, again, a fan favorite character that came in Tekken 7. And he's one of my favorite characters. So seeing him being introduced into the game, fucking perfection. He looks great too. Asuka, I feel like Asuka has really cemented herself in the Tekken, so he had to be amazing. The one character I was scared they were gonna leave out was Lily. And Lily is my favorite Tekken character. And seeing her in here, I'm glad that she was put in the roster. Brian Fury, of course, you gotta have him. Hooray, again, it's not the same redesigned one with the eye patch. I thought that was cool. But he still has another design and he looks badass. Now, I believe Claudio was in Tekken 8. I want to say Tekken 7. I haven't played Tekken 7 in a while. I gotta boot that game up. But yeah, cool seeing him. Then we have the newer character, I'm not gonna try to mispronounce her name. The Coffee Lady. She looks dope. I'm excited that they added her in here. Like she's a newer character. I can't wait to try her out. And she has more of like the capoeira dance fight style, which reminds me of someone they left out of the roster. Which I'm gonna talk about people who are not in the roster later. Of course, we have Raven. I expect him to be in here. Leo, Steve, they kind of cemented themselves. Kuma, if you don't have Kuma in a Tekken game, I don't want to see it. Like, unless it's the original, like, I want to play as the bear. Yoshimitsu is, how do I put it? He's a Bandai Namco staple. He gotta be in at least every Bandai Namco game. I'm surprised he's not a guest character in Naruto or in a Dragon Ball game yet. Now, I want to say Shaheen was in Tekken 7, but I can't confirm that. Because again, he was one of those characters that I probably have never used. Dragunov, of course, having his thing. Fang is another character that I didn't think we were going to get until later, but they had to have him. Panda, oh come on now. We want to play as either Kuma or Panda. That is the main reason we buy Tekken. Lee has kind of been staple. It'll be weird if he wasn't in one. Elisa, yeah, again, another character that kind of a staple. I mean, I would be okay with her not being. Now, Zafina has always been in and out of Tekken, so seeing her in this game is awesome. I love Zafina a lot. Devil Jin, come on now. If you're gonna have Jin, you gotta have Devil Jin. And now the two new characters. Victor plays awesome. He plays A lot of people compare him to Noctis. I know Maximilian Dude said Noctis. So yeah, I could see that being a really good comparison. And Reina, aka Heihachi's illegitimate granddaughter or daughter, I love this character. I love her design and I love how she plays. Can't wait to actually sit down and get to play with her. She is awesome. But now it's like if we go to the Tekken 7 roster, the first thing we can bring up, there's no guest characters. And I wouldn't say that's weird. Everyone says it's weird that there's no guest characters. I'm okay with it because some of the guest characters for Tekken wasn't how do I put it? They didn't really fit Tekken because they had characters like Akuma in there, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Akuma being in the game, but he wasn't like a staple fighter for Akuma. Like Akuma wasn't a staple fighter for Tekken. He also intentionally broke the game. Who else are we looking in here that was that? Of course we had Negan. And Negan also another guest character that felt weird. Geese felt a bit weird because he was a King of Fighters character that was put into the game. But I mean, he kind of fit. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He wasn't the weirdest out there thing. Negan and Noctis I felt like were the weirdest out there thing. And going back for Tekken. Because again, this is just me kind of just talking about it. But now we're trying to talk about characters that are like in the game that you expected to be in the game. And I was right, Shaheen was in Tekken 7. About to say, I knew he was in the older Tekken. So let's talk about characters that are missing, that are like staple to Tekken usually. So the first one is Bob. There's no variation. There's no Slim Bob. There's no Jim Bob. Just no Bob. And I don't like that. I miss Bob. Bro was dope. He was one of my favorite characters to play as. Bro was a thick man. That was a big boy. Who else? Anna isn't here. Which, she's usually DLC. She was DLC for Tekken 7. So, if she's not DLC, then they just really left her out. Armor King, which, that's also strange. Because, like, Armor King and King are always the best rival-esque characters. But I digress. Claudio was also introduced in Tekken 7. Okay, I need to pick up my game. This one hurt. Eddie Guerrero isn't in the game. And I was like, I thought he was going to be the last character to be introduced. Like, okay, we're going to get Eddie. Because he's been a Tekken staple since the beginning. But I guess they left him out of this one. I'm very hurt by that. I love Eddie Guerrero. Gonryu, I think he's in it. No, he's not in Tekken 8. And I'm very confused. Heihachi kind of makes sense why he's not in the game. He kind of, exploded in the last Tekken game. And Gigas, nobody wants this character. So, I mean, if you really want to play them, Tekken 7, you play as the robot. Another character, I'm surprised Josie didn't make it in at any point in the game. But I know a lot of people didn't really like playing with her. Katarina, another character I'm surprised didn't make it in. She would have fit this game amazingly. Julia also isn't in the game, which is odd. She might be DLC though. She was DLC in Tekken 7. So, again, let's not lose hope on these characters. Kinemitsu, another character I thought, because she was in the later half of the season pass, was that she was going to be in the game, but I guess not. Her fighting style definitely would have fit Tekken 8, but she might be DLC in the future. We don't know. It'd be amazing if they did that. Lydia, this one was the one I was surprised we didn't get, because they said she was the future of Tekken, and her not being in the game just kind of feels weird. Leroy got in, so I'm like, Lydia had to have gotten in. Lucky Chloe, not in the game. I expected that. I'm happy with that. I am pleased with that. If we don't get Eddie, we don't get her. Marduk, I still feel like he has a huge chance of being DLC for the game. I feel like him and Armor King have huge places to be DLC for this game. Master Raven, I feel like she might have a DLC or be in a story at some point. And I think that's all the people who aren't in Tekken 8. So, my full thoughts on the final roster, I like it. It has a lot of uniqueness to it. Definitely going to be something to watch out for. And again, So if you guys liked this video, please leave a like. Please subscribe and comment and share this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out and let your heart be your guiding key. And get ready for the next battle.